Hello YouTube, welcome to another episode of the TurnUp. This week we're going to talk about the ending of Power, we're going to talk about Ray Donovan, we're going to talk about the show Satisfaction, Masters of Sex, and Fatal Attraction. Okay, let's start with Fatal Attraction first. I felt like the episode this week was a little strange about the young lady possibly being taken out, with it having something to do with the CIA or the government. I just felt like this episode this week was a little weird, and that basically, it was trying to go in a direction as if the male in the situation had done the crime, and then it narrowed down to if it had something to do with her job or whatever. So I felt like this episode this week was a little weird, but I mean, you let me know your opinion. Secondly, I like to talk about Masters of Sex. Masters of Sex seems to be going in another direction as far as, Bill's wife. She's starting to become very, she's starting to find her voice, and she's having issues at home with the character played by Keke Palmer. She's having issues as far as, who she should be in charge of. I think sometimes as far as her new nanny is concerned for the baby, a lot of things that she doesn't have control over with Bill, she's using the nanny to have control over, and she was not happy about the fact that the boyfriend came and confronted her about rinsing out her hair. However, what was he supposed to do? And at the same time, the wife was not honest with Bill about exactly what had occurred, and the young lady told her that she didn't have lice in her hair, but she insisted upon washing her hair out anyway, and she excused it by giving her money to get it done over again. However, you let me know if you think that, she went a little overboard, with the young lady, and she never thought a possibility that maybe Bill bought the lice in the house because he's staying at a hotel seeing Virginia for their quote-unquote work. So I think the visits to the house from the wife to Virginia is because she knows what's going on. She just kind of wants to know what's so unique about Virginia that he, wants to sleep with her. And now that she and the other doctor got into it, and the whole office knows that she's sleeping with Bill, her moving to the new hospital, Negro Hospital, they have no idea what's in stake for them there, that the person that they think is on their side is actually the same person who is against the study. So, I want you to check that out and see just exactly, who's on Bill and Virginia's side, and are they ever going to identify with the fact that they actually may be in love with each other and it's not just sex for a study. Okay, thirdly, I'd like to talk about Satisfaction. How many people are watching that on USA on Thursdays? And do you think that the couple is in over their head now, or do you think that them both trying new things will help them get their mojo back in their own relationship? However, they decided to take dance lessons this week, and last week they also explored new, levels of sexual frustration. Instead of them coming home to each other, as soon as something went wrong, they both went back to the other person that they're not supposed to be sleeping with. So the daughter this week, she goes on a ride to a karaoke club where she leaves her guitar on the bus, and then she has no money to get back home, and she's found her new love, a young man that plays the guitar and sings, and she's trying desperately to get in contact with him. Do you think this is going to be a new love for her, or do you think this is going down to the road of destruction for her, because now she's sneaking out the house to do things after she's been told to stay inside? So Bill is also on his way to another, he's seeking information from Simon. And Simon is the young man who his wife is paying escort service from. And she still has no idea that her husband knows that she's been seeing Simon and paying him, and that she and Simon also have been in the house sleeping together when he was at work. And now this young lady has hired the husband not knowing that he wasn't Simon, but now the cat's out the bag and she knows that he's not Simon. She's kind of like trying to pimp him out to some bigger, customers that can pay him more money, and he's not really sure if he's missing his married life at home or if he's actually enjoying it. I think all of the characters are really in over their head, but it's very exciting to watch to see how far they'll go before it'll all explode in their face. And at the same time, them taking the dance lessons together, I don't know if that's going to bring harmony back into their relationship, but at the same time, they are attempting to try to bring the love back into their relationship or wherever it got lost. However, I think that eventually they're going to run into each other and they're going to have to explain why they're there. So I want you to check out Satisfaction. Comes on Thursdays on USA, right after Rush. Okay, now Ray Donovan. How many of you are watching Ray Donovan, and now that he's gotten this new home in this new neighborhood for his wife, did we ever think that she was really, really going to fit in there? We all know that his wife is totally different from the women in this neighborhood, and we were not surprised when she got into an altercation with one of the wives, because once the cat was out of the bag that they knew what Ray Donovan done. I mean, she thought in her wildest years maybe she could tell them, some convoluted story of how he's, I guess, a construction worker or a businessman or whatever. And the fact that they already know, she doesn't like it, so she doesn't really have anything to hide. But at the same time, she doesn't want to be confronted with the truth. And as far as the children are concerned, the son, he's going right down the same road that Ray went down as a young man. And the father and the DA all being in cahoots together to give this reporter the story that she wants. That part of it I thought was a little bit corny, but it was planned and executed too well to give her the story she wants so she can go away, because we all know that the DA eventually is going to backstab them, and that the fact that he's even fooling around on his wife shows that his character isn't 100% honest as well. So we have lots of things and lots of issues that are going down there, and even down to the brother Bunny meeting the young lady in the bicycle shop with the little boy. We see a romance maybe starting to flourish there. However, there's so many things going on in the course of a day, and all of the different trouble that they get into, including his daughter seeing this rapper guy, going hanging out at, these ditch parties. Eventually that's going to catch up with her as well. So the parents really aren't paying attention to the kids, and the kids are out of control. And for them to get together at the end of the episode and sit down and have pizza like one big happy family was a big shock to me, but it was also hilarious, and it was kind of like a play on the fact that they were, perfect family, but anything but. So I want you to check out Ray Donovan. It comes on Sundays on Showtime. And lastly, how many of us enjoyed the season finale of The Power? I absolutely enjoyed it. They left us hanging with a lot of things, and from my understanding, Power's not coming back into 2015, which is next year. And 50 Cent really, really did a good job on executing this story. And I think Ghost, he has no clue exactly that 50 Cent's coming out to take his territory back over, and that he's actually got his son working with him by not telling anybody that he had gotten out of jail that night. So also his friend, I believe his right-hand man, I believe his girlfriend is a cop. And now that she's gotten shot by the one, I guess, hit girl that everybody's been after to figure out why she's doing what she's doing, I think in the end, Ghost is the only one that's going to suffer for everything. And Tasha's mother has informed her that she needs to plan for a rainy day. So she's moving money into private bank accounts, and she's trying to make a future for herself because she realizes that Ghost has chosen to be with Angela. And now that the buddy has overheard her him after he put a hit out on the young man that she had wanted to get protective custody to. Now that his cat's open, the cat's out the bag with him, that the other drug dealer found out that he was actually seeing his 14-year-old daughter, and he actually put Ghost's friend Tommy up to going to take him out for seeing him. And he realizes as he follows the guy to take him out that he calls Angela, and now it's out of the bag what Angela whole deal is, working with the DA's office, and she lied to the young man saying she had gotten him witness protection program, and Tommy followed him, because he knew, that if he didn't take him out, that the guy was going to be a problem. So the guy recognized him for seeing him earlier in the day at the young lady's house, who also sells drugs. So it was a lot of things going on. Conclusions were made. Tommy's girlfriend was shot, and he hasn't noticed that he's just let her in on too much, even down to Ghost's nickname. So, and she also confronted Ghost with his nickname right before she was shot by the hit lady, whoever's in the pink sneakers. So I want you to check out that when it comes back again, if you can catch the reruns, start from the beginning. Great story. I think this is probably as good as when The Wire came on TV on HBO. So you might want to look out for those reruns and check it out. Shout out to 50 Cent for a stellar job on a great story. Peace out. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.